What's up, YouTube? My name's Bailey, and I just wanted to hop on here and share a story. Well, not a story, the story of my methadone maintenance and withdrawing and tapering off of it. Give you guys some tips and some tricks, and just inform you about what happened. I see a lot of videos on here, and those videos that I saw while I was detoxing and before I decided to detox really helped me in deciding if I was going to do it or not. And those videos, I mean, they really do help. So I just want to share that story with you. And yeah, so I started on methadone maintenance July 19th of 2016. I was abusing heroin intravenously for several years. Had tried to get clean a couple times, and I would, kind of put a Band-Aid over it. I wouldn't use, and then I'd use for a little bit, and then I wouldn't use, and then I'd use, and I wouldn't use for a little bit, and I never fully healed that wound. So the last time that I used was for several months, and I used it pretty hard. So I really felt like the methadone program was for me. A lot of people dog methadone and Suboxone, but if it gets you off the streets and a needle out of your arm, then absolutely, if that's what's best for you, you need to do that. If what's best for you is detoxing on the floor of a bathroom off heroin, that's what you're going to do. Nobody can knock anybody's success. So whatever you think is best for you, you have to do. So I did it. I started at 30 milligrams and kept climbing up. And I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that going so high on your dose, you could abuse it. I was not intentionally abusing my methadone, but I got up to 80 milligrams and was nodding off a lot at work, at home, anywhere really. So that cost me my job. I got written up a couple times about it, and yeah, it was a horrible way to lose a job, especially a really, really good job like I had. So I knew when that happened and I lost it, I needed to get my shit together. So moving forward, I get down to 70 milligrams, and I get another job, and I lose that job again. It's really hard to talk about because I have never been fired from a job before up until that point. Even when I was on drugs, I never got written up. I never got in trouble. I hid my addiction really, really well. I could not hide being on methadone. It was just like, anybody that knows methadone, has taken methadone, you just don't feel like a normal person. You feel like a fucking zombie all the time. And I thought, going down on my dose would help. And it did eventually. Eventually I got down to 60 milligrams, maintained normalcy to the point where I wasn't nodding off, but I still just didn't feel human. But I knew that this is what I needed to do. I didn't have a lot of sober time under my belt, so I stuck with methadone, stuck with my counseling sessions. I passed drug test after drug test after drug test at the maintenance clinic. Every month they give you random drug tests, and I passed always. This is how I held myself accountable, passing those drug tests and seeing my counselor. I feel like that is what has helped me recover from heroin. And if a lot of people are in the same boat, you know, they will tell you too. That's what has helped them. Fast forward about a year and a half, beginning of 2017, I'm ready to get off of it. I'm ready to feel normal again. I'm ready to have a baby with my husband. So yeah, I didn't want to do that when I was on methadone. I didn't want my baby to be born and withdraw off methadone, and I am not saying that's a bad thing. If you are using methadone and you are pregnant, I am proud of you. Keep doing that, just as long as you're not using and abusing a drug. Yeah, that's the point, you know. Yeah. Sorry, I still like feel a little bit out of myself still. That's still like coming back slowly, but most of the acute symptoms are gone. Anyways, I'll get back to what I was saying. Beginning of 2017, I'm going to start tapering. So I start tapering from 65 milligrams, 5 milligrams every 2 weeks. So I could go in every 2 weeks because I passed all my drug tests and I continued to see my counselor. So I didn't have to come in every day, which I don't know if most clinics do that. This clinic in Oklahoma City did. So that was good. It fucking sucks getting up every day and going to the methadone clinic. You guys know. So I taper down 5 milligrams every 2 weeks until I get to about 20 milligrams. And then I'm going in weekly and going down 3 milligrams, 5 milligrams. I do this until I get down to 7 milligrams and I hit like a wall. And I feel like I haven't taken methadone, you know, in a week, and I'm fucking withdrawn off my mind, and I wasn't about it. So I went back up, and I go back up for a couple milligrams, but for a couple weeks I do that, and I'm just back and forth. I want to quit. I want to get off. I fucking don't want to feel like shit. I don't want to let people down. I want to do this for myself. I want to do this for my husband. Anybody that knows that's going to the methadone clinic, you're putting a lot of money into that clinic monthly. So for 2 years, I was putting $254 into the... Man, it just makes me mad thinking about it. $254 a month for 2 years on methadone. So, yeah, I was fucking done with it. And, you know, I can't, for several weeks, I went back and forth with it, and then one day I just woke up and I knew it was time. I'd known it was time for a while, but I hadn't set a plan in place. I hadn't, known what I was going to do, you know, when I was withdrawing badly, or if I was going to be able to go to work. So I set a plan in place. And got prepared, which most people do, or you should do whenever you know you're about to withdraw off of a drug detox. So I set that plan in place, and my mind just prepared itself. I just knew in my body, in my mind, in my heart, that this was time. This needed to stop, and I didn't mean it negatively, but I just knew that it was time to turn over a new leaf, start a new chapter without the methadone. And I knew I could do it. In my heart, all over, you know, inside me, I knew I could do it. So I did it. 2 weeks ago on, I don't know the date, September, this month, 2 weeks ago. Today's the 14th. It was the last day of August was my very last dose of methadone. The first couple days were not bad. You're not going to feel withdrawal those first couple days because maintenance drugs like methadone and Suboxone are going to hold on to those receptors longer than heroin. So like with heroin, you're going to withdraw within, like, depending on what kind of user you are, if you use daily or hourly or whatever. You're probably, for me, I would have felt those withdrawals within 6 to 10 hours, depending on how big my last hit was and all that. So, methadone, completely different than heroin. I didn't feel withdrawal until probably the 4th day. So those first 3 days, rest, sleep, hydrate, supplements, vitamins, eat clean, eat healthy, exercise, and implement all those throughout this entire process because you cannot get well without it. Day 5 through 8 were the worst days for me. I felt maximum withdrawal during those days. Restless legs, bloated tummy, cramps, diarrhea, muscle aches, chills, sweats, just general fatigue and anxiety. But very manageable compared to heroin withdrawal within the first 3 to 4 days. So, if I can do it while being at work, you guys can do it. These last couple days, I haven't felt a whole lot of acute symptoms. Still a lot of restless legs and insomnia, sweaty, diarrhea, but those are all manageable. I actually got like 9 or 10 hours of sleep last night. Day 14. That was fucking amazing. Because sleep came not ever during withdrawal. I could fall asleep easily, but I'd wake up 2 hours later kicking and restless and just hurting. Lack of sleep really, really takes a toll on your body. And you need that sleep. I was still functioning on 3 to 4 hours of sleep at my worst. And eventually your body will crack and you'll fall asleep and you'll stay asleep for a while like I did. 10 hours and I woke up today feeling fucking amazing. I'm so fucking happy, you guys. I am 15 days off of methadone. I didn't make any videos in the beginning like most people do. Just because I'll quote someone, Derek Lambert, who I have watched and adore him. I love all his videos. He made videos daily, and if that's what's for you, that's great. If it helps, if talking about it helps you, do that. For me, and I'll quote Derek here, I was in survival mode. I was just simply trying to stay alert and not get out of my mind. I was really emotional too. Just, like crying at the drop of a hat and just crying all the time. So I couldn't do that. But I really wanted to make one of these videos, because if I can help one person, then, man, I don't know. If I can just help one person, on top of already feeling the way I feel, I'll feel fucking amazing. Like, I want anyone to know that's on methadone, if they feel those cuffs, if they feel like, man, I'm never going to be able to get off this. You can do this. You have to have that willpower. You have to have that want, that fire in your soul. I had that. I would cry because I want to get off this. I want to do this. I'm going to do this. And God bless my husband. He had to see all the ugly tears and all the ugly withdrawal. And I thank him. If he ever watches this, I thank him for that. And I love him for that. And I would not have been able to get through it without him. So shout out to my husband. Yeah. So shout out to Derek Lambert and Shane's Recovery and Hope. Really enjoyed watching those guys' videos. Shane's more on the methadone side, and Derek's stories are more on the heroin side, but both very, very good videos, very informative, very educational. So if you're going through this, just know that you can do it. Never give up. If you gotta scratch and crawl and catfight your way out, then that's how you're going out. Do it. Put 150% in. Put 200% in. And don't ever fucking look back. I will say that day 4, day 5, when I finally started feeling withdrawal, I was like, shit, what have I done? I'm really starting to feel it. I'm getting really scared. Like, how bad is this gonna get? And it didn't get terrible. It was completely manageable, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of like, I can't stop burping, and I don't know why. So, God, what was my point? I'm so sorry. I'm still kind of like out of myself, like, you just feel out of your body when you're withdrawing, and I'm like still coming into myself and trying to find my words and not talk over, like spill over my lips, or whatever I'm trying to say. Fuck. Anyway, I'm just trying to give it to you guys the realest way I can. I really wouldn't mind making any more of these videos if you guys wanted me to. I can tell you more about the supplements that I used while I was withdrawing, things I did to help with restless legs and withdraw, or just questions or anything like that you guys have. I can make another video and answer them for you. So if you guys like this, please hit that like button, subscribe, tell me you love me, and just don't give up hope, guys. Keep fighting, keep pushing, just one day at a time. Thanks, guys.